What a session this morning. My goodness. Hopefully we can carry some of that good PA over into this afternoon now. Um, so we hit that 4 hour, right? The one I wanted yesterday during PM and this one lower. And we haven't really gotten like any sort of reaction from it, right? We're just kind of chopping now. We're just accumulating after the big overnight move. So if I had to guess, the higher time frame play here is going to be like a manipulation leg down to run this low and then maybe longs from there, or to manipulate up to tag the 1 hour to then send us lower. We need some form of manipulation here. And considering this low's already been balanced and we got kind of this wick reaction off of it, I kind of want to be bullish to the unfilled 1 hour this afternoon. But let's take into account the lower time frame as well here, just so that we don't get tunnel visioned on one idea. The other reason why I like the 1 hour is because of those equal highs up there that align with it. It seems like it could be like the place to be. Um, but yeah, we'll just see. As far as like a dream scenario long, I would want to see price remanipulate 564 before taking a long, but I know that that's kind of unlikely, so I'll probably just be looking at like eval plays until something like that were to happen for a funded play. I'm not gonna be trading in the middle for these funded plays anymore, and I won't even mention these as setups, right? If they're like just in the middle of the range. The only setup I'll mention is like down here. So we'll take a look at some other, um, I guess, indexes or stocks or whatever this afternoon as well. Um, but yeah, hope you guys had a good morning. How's gold doing? I saw gold was crashing kind of this morning a little bit. Yeah, so gold's about the same. What is that? What's that? Okay. Yeah, 5 minute inverse on oil actually looks A plus there. That was a nice little trade if you took that. Oops. And then right now on ES, do we have any SMTs or anything? Doesn't really look like it. I guess there's that one there. So we respect this last tiny little 1 minute BPR here, kind of getting a V shape. Although this is like just trading in the middle of chop, right? Like I have no idea when this is going to break to the upside or to the downside. So I'm just going to wait for one of those to happen, and then we'll look to take a trade. In the meantime, obviously you guys can ask questions. I'm also paying attention to these gaps here to the left, right? This BPR, this has been supporting price. And so, um, that's kind of my other reason for wanting to be a little bit more bullish than bearish here. I just think that the draws and liquidity, these two equal highs, combine that with a higher time frame gap, are stronger than the sell side liquidity here, which we've already gotten kind of a protected low there. And I just don't think that the draw is as strong there, right? Of course, we have this devil's mark though. That could also be something of interest later, but I think we need to pull back first. Could I repeat, bro? Yeah, sure. So while we're inside this chop, I'm not going to be interested in taking anything. If we can't come down and run these lows and get a long, or we hit the 1 hour and get a short, that'll be the only thing I'm interested in. Right now, I think the draw on liquidity is buy side simply because we have two liquidity pools in the same spot. So, like, here's an example of why I don't really want to be trading this. We just inverse this 1 minute bearish gap to the upside, and now it looks like we're going to cause it to fail. Maybe we don't, but putting in a bearish OB, even though this isn't really a good OB, isn't really a great sign for a play. This just looks like a mess, obviously, right? So I don't want to get caught trading this. We're going to really simplify the model here. We're just going to be focusing on premium and discount, focusing on external of the range, and just looking to take setups there. And if we get it, we get it. If we don't, we don't. But I am tired of taking losses because I don't wait. I'm impatient. So um no, I don't think so. The loss on eval that I took, I haven't touched my evals yet today, so I don't think so, no. I did trade funded this morning. I did well. Okay, so this 1 minute inverse held. That's good. But yeah, let's talk about the setups from this morning. Um, I was, I think, leaning bearish coming into this morning. We rejected the higher time frame gap here, swept London high, swept out. I think these were equal highs here, and had that bearish reaction, and then got this inverse, and then broke structure, and yeah, it just seemed like very bearish. So I wasn't really looking to take the long here when we got it. Or even this one here. I wasn't really interested in taking up to the relative equal. To me, it still looked like we had sell side below. So I was looking for confirmation setup short to target Asia low. And so this was the setup that I took this morning. I liked it. This was about 80 points. It, we were kind of coming into the macro time there. Respected this gap nicely, souped this high, and just everything off at Asia low. So I don't know. This felt good. This long here, I think, was a very good trade. Did we close above everything? I don't remember. Yeah, two. Yeah. So like this is a very good trade mechanically, right? But it's like the first inverse after a big dump, so after we take sell side, usually like we need to manipulate first. But even if you took this and lost on it, like I don't think that's a terrible loss. Um, anything else? Probably wouldn't have shorted this. Yeah, I think that's about it. I think if you took the long there, that's fine. If you took this short, that was the best play of the day. So that's about it. How many of you guys took the short? Okay, took the long. I did mess around at lunch a little. I did take this short, but I don't know. Not really something I would normally take, and I took it for 1 hour. I thought it was interesting. It looked pretty V-shaped. It had a good break even. So, I don't know. This was just a mechanical setup. PM is cooked? Not necessarily, but for right now, yes. How can you tell if it's a continuation down or up versus a reversal? Like, what do you mean? Like, give me an example. I'm assuming you're talking about from today. Anytime I get up to 2K, I request a payout, Seb, and then once I get to 3K, I request another payout, and then once I get to 4K, I request a payout. So every $1,000 more I make, I request a payout. So those first two payouts, you're gonna make 1,000, and on the second or on the third payout, you'll make 2,000 over 5. Yeah, because you made $2,000 profit that first one, 2,000 the second one, and then 2,000 the third one. No, I'm not taking max payout. I'm taking 1,000, 1,000, and then 2,000. I copy trade usually 5 accounts at a time. You only need 5 accounts to make really good money. I use Lucid, and I use Apex, and I use Tradeify. Yeah, Lucid Flexes are the best. I put everyone onto the Lucid Flex account before anybody started promoting them, by the way. Not that it really matters, but I remember back in like September I was talking about it, or October when they first came out. I don't know if that makes sense like today. Okay, so the way that you can tell if a reversal is real is if we get like the SMR, or most of the time it's just the CISD, right? So here, because we failed to put in the 3-minute CISD here, we never got the true reversal. So if you're seeing price fail to put in that CISD, that's usually a sign that we're not going to reverse. Another thing that helps with identifying reversals is the reaction we get to price tapping into an inefficiency or taking liquidity. If it's very immediate with like the way that we take liquidity and then get like that wick and we V-shape and it aligns with like a typical reversal time, you could count on those to be pretty high confidence. Otherwise, it's not as good. Also, reversals at the extremity of the range are more high probability than reversals inside the range. So if we look here, for example, on the higher time frame, this was a very clear bullish reversal, right? And if we look like here, for example, we failed to get that CISD up here by closing above this 4-hour candle. And while it looks like a good reversal coming off 50%, it's actually going to fail because we never put in that CISD and we never swept out external, right? So whenever we have like that conflicting draw, that sell side below, we're probably not going to get a reversal. And usually we'll see a continuation, right? So I guess if I were to list them all out, it would be like, I feel like we've done this before actually. Let me just check the notes to see if I've talked about this. Okay, well, here's like when to identify reversals on trend days. But I don't think that's exactly what we're talking about here, just reversals in general. But this is like a good thing to look at in the meantime. Yeah, so that's it. So let's see if everything here that I talked about is already listed. So time, higher tip for targets, bias, quality of opposing draws. Is there a catalyst? Okay. So yeah, pay attention to that. I have that in the notes. And then we'll just simplify it right now and list it out. So I guess like how to determine reversal versus continuation. Okay. Reaction. Okay. For continuation, price will usually break structure at liquidity. For reversal, and this can be like 1 minute through 5 minute time frame, usually maybe 15 up to 15 minute, right? Price will turtle soup slash we'll sweep. I'll just say we'll sweep liquidity with a wick. 2 time. Are we in a typical reversal time? Yes. Continuation. Or yes, reversal. No. Continuation. Okay, so we're kind of dumping here. We might actually get the long from the low here, which would be good. 3. Do we have opposing draws? Yes. Probably. Continuation. No. Probably reversal. And so it's gonna be like external sell side. Okay. Last one. Do we have the structure? We'll just say like structure. Okay. So this would be like CISD. Is there a CISD? Do we have reversal? Did we put in AMD? Did we complete market maker model? So those are the questions you have to ask yourself, right? So this is like the general gist, right? To determine reversal versus continuation. And like obviously like the more of these things you have, the better the odds of a reversal happening are. Right? And vice versa. So keep that in mind. Just because we get one doesn't mean that a reversal is guaranteed. The more you have, the better. Okay, and I'll put that in the notes too. Okay. So that's that. Throw that in the PM chat. Hopefully that answers your question, Speedy. So like right now I probably wouldn't be looking to take this long because I would want to see the 3 minutes inversed or the 4 minute. I think here we have this conflicting draw and we probably need to come down to sell side, right? And then our dream scenario long will be from this low. So hopefully we get that. Yeah, equal highs are a good draw on liquidity. The more separated they are, the better. So like these aren't as good. These are like B tier equal highs, but they're not the worst because they align with a higher time frame inefficiency. So if you're gonna have equal highs that line up with a higher time frame gap, that's usually a good draw on liquidity. What up, Apuff? What platform do I use for options? When I'm just messing around, I use Robinhood. When I'm actually taking it serious, I use Fidelity or Thinkorswim. Meaning like I'm creating options for a long-term position or I have a concrete idea in mind. I'm not just like gambling like 0 days. Sometimes we get the CISD but not the IFEG, and sometimes you get both. How does the CISD confirm reversal since we entered before a CISD? So exactly. So Speedy, or not Speedy, sorry, MM. The CISD will usually come after the reversal. So what you want to see is speed through the IFEG and getting the CISD to make the setup more highly probable, right? So like, okay, let's say we have like external liquidity here, right? And price comes down, right? And we get this like big, violent candle to the downside running liquidity. And then this here is like where our CISD would be, okay? After we sweep the low, we maybe chop around for a bit, and then we get like a good move up, put it in order block, and then get this, right? So we put in an FEG here, that was balanced. We created an order block, we put in another FEG here, right? We're inversing this FEG to the left. And then we close here. We start to stall, we start to stall, we start to stall, we start to stall, we start to stall. We come back, we violate the OB, okay? Failed reversal, terrible reaction. Here, you want to see like, okay, maybe we pull back one last time to balance the FEG and get a move up and get our CISD, right? So this is where you would use discretion in live time to determine like, okay, if this isn't moving up and we've balanced the inefficiency here and the macro's ending and like price is already starting to violate bullish PD raise, I need to cut this trade and just get out, right? So that's how you can use like the CISD confirmation, okay? It's mostly just like a confluence to determine like, okay, if I'm in this position and I've entered like, let's say like, okay, we take the liquidity and then we have like a singular gap here and I can enter here, okay? But the CISD doesn't come all the way up here. Let's say I'm in this trade, okay, and it pumps, and now I'm up 1R, okay, but we're failing to put in the CISD. When we inevitably do, this tells me, okay, I can hold this trade for a lot higher targets because this is a true reversal. If we stall before the CISD and we come back, this is your cue to go, okay, maybe I should just take 1R and, just cut the trade there and take my win, right? So the CISD aids you in determining when I should be holding runners, when I should be taking profit, right? It's not necessarily about the entry. It's more so about like, okay, guiding my trade and where I think price is going to go, okay? Yes, exactly, MM. Exactly, exactly. Options are it's a whole other asset class. It's different than futures. It's basically this thing with stocks where you can buy a contract that says that you have the right to buy 100 shares of the stock given a specific strike price and given a specific expiration. And the premium there that exists in the contract is time, okay? And you can make money in fluctuations in the volatility and the price of the stock, right? You make more money if you're in calls and the stock goes up. You make more money in puts if the stock goes down, right? So that's about it. Those are options contracts. I wouldn't really worry about it though. Futures is way more simple and easy to make money on, in my opinion. 150 to 210 and 315 to 345. Yeah, and 250 to 3. So breaking through the gaps to the left here. Definitely looks sell modelly down to the low. Now, was there a setup here for us to take? We have this one here, which isn't really that clean. Chop here. So no, not really any short setup. But definitely could get a long from down here. This was a good move. We're in the macro time. Makes sense to run liquidity during the macro. Are the prop firms for options? No, no. Maybe. Maybe there's like one, but I don't know any that are like actually safe and like trustworthy. So we run lunch low there. No SMT yet on the low. I guess while we're waiting for that low to get ran, pull up the Wordle real quick. We'll get that done. I believe somebody asked actually a question regarding. Actually, I missed a lot of questions now that I'm looking at it. Um, 2 minute long during AM. Yeah, I said it was a good looking mechanical setup. It's just we failed to get the CISD there in the 3 minute, and so price reversed. We were just still bearish. Yeah, I'd say this was a normal long, right? Like I think it had good momentum. It just failed to work. I don't know why. 10 a.m. reversal, good momentum. We even kind of got like our manipulation leg there. I guess the reason why could be that like it had a really large stop loss, and I really hate taking plays like these. These just lose for some reason so much more. I don't know why. Um, but yeah. Okay, I'll try water. Let's see. Okay. It's okay. We'll still get it done. I like shine here. Okay. Okay, so depending on if we get like a very, very bullish V shape here, determines whether or not we're gonna get this setup here. Um, that's actually a fair point, Tiago. Maybe actually. The only problem is we don't have delivery, but if we had delivery, I think it'd be a good setup for sure. We'll just watch the 2 minute here. This feels like longing before sell side. That's a very V-shaped reaction though. We got one more minute till this 2 minute candle closes. I don't know if I want to get married to the low. There's really no reason to come back to it. We balanced the gap. I don't think getting married to the low is the right choice here. But I don't think this play is A plus now because of it. If we had delivery from the higher time frame, it'd be A plus. The best I can rate this is like A minus now. 2 minute for sure over the 1 minute. I mean, obviously we want to see both close, but so yeah, no close over the 2 minute there. I agree, Fahrenheit. This is a lot of momentum coming off the low. This is like 45 points already. So 2 minute will close in a minute here. While the song plays out, can you point out what do you see in it from the list, please? Sure. So on this trade, to determine that this is a reversal, we need to see the reaction. Okay, so we have that. Soup reaction at lunch low is very strong. Time, we're in a macro time. We can see reversals at 2 o'clock, just on the creation of the 4-hour candle. But I don't like that we left this like devil's mark here at the 1-hour low. Usually those need to be readdressed. So don't really care about time. Do we have opposing draws? We still left sell side intact there. Is there a CISD? No, not yet. And did we get like AMD here? No, not really. We're still kind of like accumulating, right? Did we complete the market maker model? I guess. So yeah, sure. I guess there's the break even for it if you took the 2 minute. I guess we'll see if it would have been a break even trade or if this will be a winner. Indicator alerted it. I think that's it. Like I said, I give it like A minus. But yeah, what's interesting about this trade is you already have to go break even because we tapped into the inefficiency above. So if we're gonna reject, it's gonna be from there, from that 5 minute. So yeah, this would just have been a break even trade. And that's not really a bullish reaction necessarily, but we'll see. Maybe we just needed to run the low there. Devil's mark. So pay attention here. We want to see the CISD get put in pretty immediately here on the 2 minute. We do get it. So there's the CISD. So I think this could be maybe a real reversal. We just gotta wait, see if the 3 minute gets put in. I think the 3 minute might be a little bit cleaner of a CISD. 4 minute got put in. So yeah, I think it's just up to the 3 minute here. Three-minute equal highs is a draw, right? Yeah. I want these equal highs. They align nicely with the 1-hour gap. For sure. I think we could go to there. That's my current draw on liquidity for buy side, but we're struggling. So 5-minute closes here outside the gap. That's another thing that can kind of tell you the reaction. There's no reason for price to come back to lows it's already had unless there's a inefficiency there. So maybe price just needed to come back to balance the 2-minute. Yeah, beat up. I think that could be it for sure. We'll know if we start to like run through this. I mean, already this reaction at the high here isn't the most bullish, and the 3-minute will close in 15 seconds, and we're not going to get that CISD. So this does feel reminiscent of that trade earlier, right? At least we got the break even on this one, but yeah, this isn't really the best, most bullish reaction in the world. And the thing is, if we were going to be basing this long setup to the equal highs on time, we needed to start happening sooner than later, because if we stall here and then we come back to this low, we're not going to have enough time today to run all the way back up 200 points. It's not going to happen. So unless we get like news, of course, which I mean, it feels like we get news once a day in PM at this point. Maybe there's like a 50% pullback here or something. This 30-second is A plus. No. No, that's too small. There's a 1 minute. Now, this is like probably way too small, probably not A plus, but the risk to reward on it's very good. Even just the high there, so if you want to try it on an eval just because you like the risk to reward. It's a lot of momentum. And now the risk to reward isn't as good. Okay. 2 minute OB. Close over this high. Nope. We got the OB. Good skip for funded. The short, no, I took that unfunded. I liked it a lot. But I was bearish coming into today, so if you weren't bearish, then I guess it's a good skip. Let's see what happens when price runs back into this trend line here. So actually, it's way too steep. Never mind. Okay, if we get this 1 minute inverse, I think we'll go back to this low here. We should not inverse this 1 minute, I don't think. Look at the 15. Yeah, the 15's a mess, of course. 5 minute, we are not going to close above, I don't think, in 20 seconds. I mean, maybe, but yeah, we definitely want to see that. We want to see all these other, gaps in the way get blasted through as well. Here's 210. So 3 minute gave us the CISD. 5 minute did not close above its gap. This looks bullish. We respected that bullish gap there after the inverse, and I think we should respect this one too. So yeah, APOF, let me kind of explain why I like this 1 minute a little bit more from this morning. So to me, the Asia low seemed like the most obvious target for this morning, and everything was screaming bearish. And this to me was A plus. So whenever we get like an A plus setup, I will still target B draws and liquidity. And if we look at the overall range, like, yeah, it's in discount, I guess, but we retraced to premium, on the leg before the inverse. So and because we were just about, um, premium slash discount of the leg, I didn't really care about it too much. This to me was a really bearish reaction, and we held this gap very nicely, the last gap in the leg there. So I don't know. I liked it, but I guess I could understand why you wouldn't take it. So we're kind of stalling. We're failing to break structure above this high. Not really a good sign. Leaving equal lows behind. All right. I that's the way I see it, ape off, but it kind of depends on the trader. Yeah, that I don't like as a long in premium. Because what are your buy side draws there? 4 hour unfilled? Yeah. No, I don't think that's good enough. Dude, look at the 5 minute chart. If price starts to get choppy here, then I don't know. We're probably not going to get anything today. The 2 minute there was a good attempt, though. I mean, that was a good setup. It just sucks it didn't go anywhere in time. No, no, this is not LRLR. No, not to buy side. Maybe like, yeah, no. There's no LRLR here, actually. We got one more minute till the 5 minute closes. We need to see a close over 63 in order to be like confident in buy side being taken here. 10-point move in 30 seconds. We'll see. Oh, no, it's not good enough. It's not separated enough. We need like
Yo,
multiple liquidity pools.
yo, is this funny?
What up, man?
It is funny.
What?
Is this funny? I'm
Oh,
sending it.
okay.
Yo, liquidity sweep. Vermelica. Inverse. Caregiver. Come here, short this. There's an inverse in Vermelica.
Yeah, I got you. I'm taking a sell right now. I'm taking a sell. Short.
How's the short going? How's it going?
Bro, it's not looking too good. I'm actually so sorry. We ended up losing 3%, and it was like pumping 100 points. I'm sorry, bro.
It's okay. We'll get a next trade.
Yeah, that's good. That's funny. I like the joke at the
It's
end.
like not. It's not like super corny, but it's not like over the top. Like I don't know.
No, that's good.
But I'm gonna post it.
Okay. What do we think if we sweep that and took a
Hmm.
low around 50% of the range and then an IPG back up to buy side? I I just want to see price pump here, to be honest. I don't think it makes sense to pull back here. Maybe if 50% of line with an FPG that had been unbalanced, but because it doesn't, I don't think there's any reason to pull back. I think we should just inverse the gaps to the left here. You know, take out these highs, and be in good shape. Left equal highs there. Well, we've been reversing off every equal high we put in today, so maybe that's actually a bad sign. You think taking lunch lows is enough to take us to equal highs? Maybe because I forget who it was. Somebody said that the hourly low is protected, and that's like a fair point. So we don't really need to take the low. I don't need to get married to it, and we already balanced the 4 hour to the left. So that's what kind of made me think that this 2-minute was good, but it would have been better if we would have had direct delivery, which would have made it A+. So that's why I rated it an A- setup. Okay, I'll try it A+. No, that wasn't it. But you got the M. Yeah, we're actually gonna reverse off the equal highs. That's funny. This is just chop. Can't be steam. Yeah. Nah, I don't know. We're not really inversing these gaps to the left here. Like I said, if this 1 minute gets violated, this is not bullish. Yeah, no, that's cooked. We can't inverse the 5 minute or the 3. All right, no 1 minute close there, of course. Oh, smell. Yeah, that's what it is. Thanks. I mean, we can't even short with equal highs above, so. But hey, I guess maybe if we put in like a 2 minute here, this would actually be good back up because we have the equal highs. All right, so we rebalance this candle. Could get a 1 minute. There's a 3 minute inverse now as well. Not yet. We need the candle to close first, but there might be. Uh, I don't know. I guess. Oh, if you meant 3 minutes to the downside, yeah, I don't know. Now the 3 minute here actually looks really good. Still just trading inside the range though. We should reject this, right, if we're bearish. I guess this 3 minute inversing would tell me that I got the draw on liquidity, right? I'll probably take this. But it's got to be like in the next candle that we get the inverse. If we don't get it, I'm just going to watch it. I really don't want to trade inside the range, and I don't want to do something stupid here on a funded, but we have equal highs, and there's no reason we should V-shape after taking this low while respecting bullish gaps to the left, unless we're bullish to those highs. We're outside of a macro time. We have delivery now. We got our liquidity sweep. We have equal highs as the break even. We have a singular gap. We have good buy side above, bullish reaction from lunch low being swept. Delivering out of a higher time frame 4 hour gap. Yeah, I have to. I have to take it if we get it. But doesn't look like we're going to get it just based off the momentum we're getting right now. How many of you guys would take this 3 minute inverse if we got it on the next candle close? Okay. Does the 3 minute bearish inverse not mean anything? No, it doesn't, because we're holding the 1 minute still to the left and the 2 minute. And those are more obvious gaps. Obviousness is 90% of the time going to trump time. Damn. Well, that would have been like a really good inverse. So that sucks that we're not going to get it. We did get an SMT there, though. At the low. But if the low is protected, no need to get out of it before a long. What do you mean? I don't think we need to go back to this low. But if the market wants to go there, the market wants to go there. I can't do anything about it. PCE tomorrow. 10 a.m. Jolts. Yeah, this does just kind of look like accumulation. So there's the 3 minute close there. No inverse, so I don't know. I'm probably not going to take this one now. Yeah, I think so, Tiago, because you get live news updates as well as the predetermined news, which Forex Factor doesn't have. Gotcha, ape off. Yeah, I just like how it's, I guess, formatted then better. Dang, I can't believe today's basically over already. This was a good day. We have that SMT at the low that you wanted ape off, by the way. There is an SMT here, guys. We just have like zero momentum right now. Oh, you wanted the S&T with the swing low. Gotcha. Okay. So we retrace 50% of the up move on that last leg up. So definitely could make another leg down here. Reswept the low, broke the SMT. Guys, I think we're going to go back to this low. This should not be happening if we were bullish. So close through the 1 minute, maybe? Yeah, we did. Okay. Okay, 2 minutes still holding. Nothing right now, Sokoban. Originally, I was looking at potentially longs, but we got stuck in this gap, so we're just kind of in a range right now. 2 minute held. There's a 2 minute gap now. I talked a little bit, Sokoban, about when to anticipate reversals and continuations. I put that in the PM chat if you wanted to take a look at the notes. Can I explain what a breakaway gap is? Honestly, they're useless. Just ignore them. They're hindsight. Just like a gap that doesn't get balanced, and it's supposed to show like a lot of buying pressure. 30-second short. Now there's an external 2-minute gap to the left. You gotta wait for that to break. And we're also just trading in a range. All right, 10 seconds. We'll see if the 2-minute closes below here. All right, we haven't. Yeah, exactly, Reed. Yeah, so when we form a breakaway gap, usually what that means is that price won't return to it until we've ran liquidity. So, for example, this is a breakaway gap. But we wouldn't know that until after liquidity's been taken. So it's hindsight. It's just stupid. There's like some fluff. I don't know. Maybe somebody can expand on it more that actually uses it or has seen consistency with it, but I think they're all hindsight. No, I don't think so, Tiago, and there's not really a short setting up either, so I don't know. We'll hang out. We'll see what happens. Really, Tiago? That's cool. What's our condition for price to go lower the 2-minute PPR that I have marked? Or the indicator has marked? Michigan's fine. We're just chilling. It's like 40 degrees out, cloudy, I think. I believe on Tuesday or something next week, it'll be 17 degrees at the low. And by Saturday, it'll be 69. Not a massive tornado. It was an EF3. It was big for Michigan. Normally, we don't have tornadoes that kill people in Michigan, and this one took 3 lives. So we get the 2-minute inverse, but obviously very, very choppy into the close, so not something I would take. For sure, Andy. Wow, Fahrenheit, aren't you lucky? So 2-minute breaking down here. Well, I guess we're gonna go back to low a day, which is fine, I guess. Maybe we get our long set up for 3 o'clock, get like a PO3 long. Right? Gotta put in the wick on the daily. So what I might do is I might just take like, you know, low risk, high reward long there and try and get like 1R out of it and then go from there. Is the 14-18 3-minute short the most C setup ever? Yes. I don't want to short because I don't like to draw on liquidity. Everybody waiting for longs and a good entry, and then it's going to be some stupid news candle with no. It's yeah, exactly, sure. We just made more equal highs. Well, that means that we're probably going to dump now. Say the 15-minute gap is too far for longs. This one here, I wouldn't worry about it because we're running into a 4-hour gap anyway, so you don't need like the 15-minute to get tapped there. Guys, we got to start shorting every single equal high. So, chopping during a macro, chopped all day. We basically got one down move, one up move, and it's just stalled after. Which, what can you do? Tiago, not normally. Nah, we usually get at least like one setup a session. Something at least, right? But nah, it's been tough. I think it's just because of the war. It really has been throwing off like liquidity. We'll get like random news that will just run everything. But sometimes it just requires patience, right? Like we're an hour and a half into the session. We got an hour left. Maybe we get something in the last hour. I haven't given up yet. Swing trading draws would be equal high slash low LRLR, stacked high slash lows, and higher time frame. No, I think that's good. Maybe data wicks. Where is Samuk? I don't know. I think Samuk left a couple weeks ago, Apoff. Yeah. Yeah. We just almost made a third equal high. Okay, okay. Good candle there. Please run the low. Guys, it might happen. We might SMT the low here on ES. ES is about to tick away. Let's take the long on ES. We can take it on NQ if we get it. Didn't sweep the low on ES. This is a bad 1 minute? Yes, because we failed to take the low. We came down all this way just to miss it. Why would we get the inverse now? Like, what is happening? I mean, it would be the 30-second, but great. I mean, this would be a pattern trade. I would have loved to like take this long and target the equal highs, even if we had like the S&P there, but now I can't take it because we didn't sweep the low. We got a CISD. There isn't an SMT, is what I'm saying. We didn't sweep the low. We didn't sweep out the main low. I mean, no, it's not good enough. Yeah, this is not a good short. I guess there's a 30-second inverse, and then there's these 15-second gaps here. But nothing I would be interested in taking until we run that low. Which low are we looking at? No, not the, just this low here. The low a day. See why I don't like this long? Do you guys understand it now? It's starting to make sense. We can't be longing with this conflicting draw below. Quick question, sure. What's up, Pope? How much is an Apex account after you pass? $100. So we might create a 1-minute gap here. We actually do have an SMT. It's at this low, though. NQ took it, but ES didn't. If we close this gap now, that's going to suck. Because this would have been a good gap to take as an inverse. Hopefully we just balance it and dump and then maybe come back up after. This low is so protected. That's why it's so difficult to get back to this low. It's so high resistant. We're going to inverse this gap. This would have been a good gap to take up, but it's I guess, I don't know. Why would I not take this? Because we have the lows below that need to be swept. You just saw what happened when this one set up, right? This is very V-shaped, but did this win or did this lose? Obviously it lost. And the reason why is because we have these conflicting draws here. Apparently you still can, but I don't know. In the rules it says you can't, so I don't know if they enforce it. So we get this inverse, but unfortunately it's invalid. I can't take the setup here because we never hit the lows, so I guess we'll just watch this play out. No, we haven't taken anything else safe off. I think maybe there was a 2-minute that we tried, but it was a break even. Yeah, this one. guess this long is gonna work. Even though we missed the low on both indices. All right, so let's not forget this 2 minute gap, right? This has been holding price down. I imagine if we close above this, we should head higher. It just would have been nice to get like a play from the bottom. Have I spent anything in Arc Raiders? Like money? No. I bought the game and that's it. Now we have 4 equal highs on the 2 minute. Yeah, I know. By the way, guys, I'm going to be keeping an eye on Asia tonight. So I'll send out an alert for those of you that'll be awake if I see something I like. Last night I kept an eye on Asia and I was able to catch a decent move, so I'll do the same tonight if we get it. There's a lot of buy side liquidity here. I think if we get a long from the low during Asia, that'll be very strong. All right, here's 330. Still just nothing. Keep an eye on this 2-minute close in 2 more minutes. See if we get the close above. That could be the catalyst to take us to the next 2-minute. And I think that would give us a 1 hour play. I don't know if it would be funded, but it'd be a play. So took out the equal highs there inside the gap. Weren't able to close above the 2-minute. What about a short? Now that we've taken out the equal highs, we've left these relative equal lows on ES and NQ down here. Wouldn't be an FU short because we haven't gotten past liquidity yet. There's still liquidity below. I'm just thinking I don't want to take a trade in the chop. Like, taking a trade from the extremities here would be so good. But we couldn't get it. Still can't close about the 2 minute. Best plays of today. I think the 1 minute short at 9:42. That would be about it. So, oops. Did we get a short there? I mean, I guess the 1 minute, but kind of closed too low. The sweep was here. The delivery's the 2 minute. Oh, you meant the 1 minute. The sweep were the equal highs here. Delivery was here. Guys, I think it's over. Here's what I'll do. I'll try this 30-second on eval, I guess, if we get it, but this is just forcing a trade. So no close below there on the 32nd. You think this 1 minute short is bad? It closed on all time frames and OB on multiple as well. Also swept all liquidity plus delivery. I don't hate the 30-second here. The confirmation setup on as an eval play, of course, because we're trading inside the range, and I'm done calling funded plays that are inside the range. But that's about it. I don't think it's bad. It looks like we could run the low by close. So there's the 30-second closing there. Okay. We need to see this break as well, right? So hopefully we get that close. There it is. 1 minute as well. Once we get down to here, I'll probably go break even. Okay, I'm going to go break even there. All right, I am going to take a partial there and then just leave the other half for 561. Anybody take that? We waited 2 hours, 11 minutes for a setup. I think that was at least decent for an eval. I'm personally out everything there, but if you want to try and hold for the low, go for it. I just think it's too high resistant, and that was 25 points for me, so I'm good with that. We have this gap now that needs to break on the 32nd. Could still get that long off the low, I guess. We have 19 minutes left. This was the 30-second short we just got at 9:39. There was like barely any drawdown. We held the 2 minute there. We took the equal highs. But yeah, it would have been like this short here. You know, whatever. But yeah, there you go. Looks like we could hit that low now. What did I get out of that play? Oh, I got 2R. Alright, I'll take that. 2R's good. Just because of how low in the range we are, I don't think this draw on liquidity is the best, right? You're targeting a low that's protected. We've already balanced the 4 hours, so you're going for a low instead of a balanced gap. I would 100% hold a trade if we were, or take a trade unfunded if we were, you know, coming off that gap and taking a long there. But when we're this low in the day, right, we're down 1.5%, and you know, we've already balanced the inefficiency there. I'm not interested in taking that unfunded. If we left the inefficiency unfilled, okay, maybe there's a conversation. Yeah, protected low is just a low inside of fair value gap that has been swept with a wick and then created a swing low at, right? So this right here is our low inside the fair value gap, and we swept it and created an ITL, right? And so that makes this low protected. It just means it's more high resistant. It's more difficult to target, right? As you can see here, we've came down and tried to retarget that low once during a lunch, once at the start of PM, once again at PM low, and then a move back up, and now we're trying it again, and who knows if we'll actually go for the low, right? So high resistance just means that it takes a lot of attempts or a lot of volume to run a low that's already been swept, right? A protected low is just basically the pattern, right, that exists when we get a wick low that gets swept by another wick low. And all it means is that essentially we're high resistant and that we should come and take buy side before taking sell side. Okay? Buy side for me would be the 1 hour, right? That was my draw at the start of the day. Yeah, swimming upstream. Exactly. So, good candle there. Want to see this close through the 30-second, and then I think you guys will be in good shape. Oh man, or maybe not. 3 seconds. No close. Yeah, I want my plays to be easy if I'm taking them unfunded. That's a good way to describe it. And I don't think this play is easy. You get these random stop run candles, whatever else. I just liked it because the structure was so bearish coming off the liquidity sweep here and the fact that we respected the 2-minute. This just looked like order flow changing, and then this was like the confirmation of that. I didn't take the 1 minute originally because of the close. I didn't like the risk to reward as much. The risk to reward became very good. Gave me a good entry, gave me a good break even. We kind of created these like relative equal lows here. Yeah, I think I just kind of explained it a little bit, but if you want me to explain it further, just let me know. There's the low. Okay. Well, we'll see if we get a long from here. This might be a soup. But bang. Was it the sweep of those equal highs that gave you conviction? It was the 2-minute respecting here, right? I had this 2-minute gap marked. I said if we break this might be my condition to go higher. If we respect it, then I think we go lower. We respected it. We got this V shape and then this V shape with a lot of momentum, and so I just figured, why not? Now we have this 30-second gap, right? This could be like our low risk, high reward play. Obviously, the probability isn't as good, but I don't know, might work. Take it to the unbalanced 5-minute or maybe this high here, the break even. Not giving us a lot of momentum here. Sounds good, Tiago. Yeah, that's fine. We're just super low in the day, Ape off. That's why I wouldn't have taken it unfunded. Two minutes before 350, yep. So now what could happen is we could form this 5-minute gap at 350. And we could get the inverse at 355. We get a lot of momentum. And then just try a long for 1-to-1. Up to these equal highs, or I don't know. We'll see. Still doesn't make sense to take this payout, right? So yeah, if you took a payout right today, the most you could request is 512, and then that would leave you with $400 drawdown. So up to you if you think you can work with $400. So for me, that'd be about 2 full-size plays, but yeah, definitely up to you. Okay, so you're taking a long here right into 350. Either 350 is going to accelerate this because we've already hit the low, or it's going to get instantly wrecked. So whatever you decide to do on this play, I would say like size down. I'm probably just going to treat this as like a lotto eval play if we close above. If not, then I won't take it. So yeah, fail to close above. Gonna have to wait for 350. And I don't know, I guess we'll see. Just didn't get that 3 candle close, didn't get that momentum. So probably gonna have to wait for extra confirmation in the form of the 3-minute or 5-minute. Okay, so resweep the low at 350. Five-second long here. What do we think? Oh, that looks like a banger. What do we think? I'm trying it. I'm trying it. Five-second. That's funny. All right, we got the 30-second close above there. Break even at the 5-minute maybe. 585. Well, it's cooked. All right, guys. I think I'm gonna wait. Yeah, I don't know. I might just get out of this for like 5 points. I don't know. Maybe we'll see it through. What does the 5-second look like? The 5-second's still holding, I guess. I don't know. I feel like we should have pumped like instantly based off that reaction, but I don't know, I guess we'll see. I don't know. It's the 5-second. Who knows? And looks like it's gonna be cooked. Maybe. Yeah, dude, it's cooked. Wait. I guess it was a break even, but I don't know. I wanted to wait for the 5-minute. I thought that would be like the low hanging fruit. Like we should at least go back and balance that, right? But guess not. Meh. I think I'm over it. Well, RIP the 5-second. It's a valiant effort. All right, I'll catch you later, Raid. Let's see, anything else here? The 15-second. The 15-second for one last chance coming off the 15-minute. It's got to be it, right? Up to the 5-minute. Oof, just barely missed the 5 there. Let's see. Wow, dude, this is just wild. We do not want to hit this 5-minute at all. So weird. I would not expect this to be bearish. Interesting, interesting. Well, 15 seconds still holding, I guess. Dude, who is shorting down here? We're down 1% and then 3/4 on the day. Who is shorting down here? Well, I guess that's the day. I suppose I'll catch y'all tomorrow. At least we got something out of today. Alrighty. Y'all have a good evening. Peace out.